Chelsea are a decent side, but coming off the back of absolutely spanking our biggest rivals 4-1, I think we should have all the confidence in the world. I'm hoping that Wolves draw was a bit of a reality check for the team, and more important, a reality check for Arteta, for him to sort of sit there, pause, take a look at his team and realise he's got a beautiful squad that are capable of dismantling any team that we come up against. And that is what I want to see. I don't want to see negative football. I don't want to see us trying to control the game too much. I want us to absolutely go at you and dismantle you, because we're capable of doing that. Like you said before, your record against us, not even at us, is terrible. You haven't beaten us in all competitions in the last half a decade, I believe. So there's no like recent fears of, Chelsea are coming to our place, they could do us. There's not really any of that for me. It's on us. The pressure is on us to perform, and I think we've got to stay composed. We've got to embrace the pressure rather than feel it, because I think that your gaffer knows, your team knows that you are sort of the underdogs coming here, and you're coming here with the sole purpose of stopping our title hopes. I think that's more important for Chelsea than actually gaining 3 points. It means more to stop Arsenal winning the league than actually 3 points, and that's a little bit of a worry for me. But man for man, we're by far the better team, and I think we've got to bring the game to you. I don't want to see that negative football. I want to see us batter you.
You say batter us. You say about the negative football and Arteta maybe letting go of the reins a little bit, but you've only got 10 games left in the league. He's very set in his ways. This is how you've won games this season. There's multiple ways to skin a cat, but Arteta's found the one that he likes. And so, do you think he can do that at this point in the season in terms of letting go of the reins and letting you lot play a little bit more?
I think so. I think that teams have started to clock on that Arsenal are respecting the opposition. Not respecting the opposition. We didn't respect Wolves. We let them come at us and said, they're probably not going to score. And look what happened. It's happened against Wolves. It happened against Sunderland in the last minute. It happened against Villa. We invited the pressure for too long. The reason that we have dropped against these teams is because we haven't respected them. So I think actually we need to show a little bit more respect and go for these teams, because it's come back to bite us, and that's the reason that we're in a title race now. I think we could have walked away with it if we'd been a little bit braver, but that's just not how it works, and now we find ourselves in this position. But I think it is time, these last 10 games, take the handbrake off, let these beautiful players play beautiful football, and like I said before, we've got the capability, we've got the fundamentals to not just win 1-0 and go home and say, thank God that was over. We can play exciting football. We have that in our arsenal, if you pardon the pun. Has Gyokeres turned the corner? Not yet. I think if he bags this weekend, it would be massive for him. The game against Tottenham was by far his best performance in an Arsenal shirt. I think everything about him just looked so much better. His first touch, hold-up play, link-up play was quality. The 2 goals were unbelievably taken, and that is the performance that we spent £60 million on. That is the Gyokeres that we've wanted to see, and I don't think that we've seen enough. That being said, on paper, his return actually isn't bad. He's got 15 goals in all competitions, which is more than any other striker that was signed in the summer. Look, this is the business end of the season, and it's not too late for him to keep up those performances and make himself a hero in an Arsenal shirt. And he's shown that he can do that. He's shown he's capable of bagging. Some of the teams that he scored, people like to say that he only scores against teams, which actually the Tottenham one doesn't really help because they are. But he scored Chelsea away. He scored San Siro. He's got the capability of scoring big goals, and that every game from now on to the end of the season is a big game. And we need the Viktor Gyokeres that we expected to join Arsenal to score big goals, to score big goals.
It's 2021 Chelsea last won against Arsenal. At that moment in time, Thomas Tuchel was our manager. We had just signed Romelu Lukaku. We were in a position that Arsenal are in right now where we're thinking this is the year that we win the league. Just won the Champions League, just bought our striker, the missing piece of the puzzle. We are good to go for the league. And we started that season on fire and battered Arsenal at the Emirates. Now the tables have fully turned. We are where Arsenal were back then, a young team trying to find their identity, and Arsenal are where we were in terms of we want to win the biggest trophies available. And so for me, the record is the record, and records are there to be broken. as Chelsea fans probably wear it more than the players, because we have to deal with our mates who are Arsenal fans reminding us that they always get one over on us. But this Chelsea-Arsenal record or rivalry, it goes in streaks. And so I remember like the early noughties, back end of the 90s, early noughties, Arsenal had an incredible record against us. And then the Didier Drogba, Frank Lampard, John Terry era, we were almost unbeatable against them. And then in recent seasons, since 2021, they've kind of gone on a run and I've got a dominant record against us. But like I said, records are there to be broken. And I think this is a perfect opportunity with the dangling carrot of harming Arsenal's title charge. There should be plenty of motivation for those players to go out there and do it on Sunday.
Kweku, this is me. The last time Chelsea beat Arsenal, I posted this on Facebook. You read that?
Yeah. What process? Arteta out. Yeah, man.
Isn't it unbelievable how times change?
Yeah, oh mate, it's crazy. And like the fact that like I remember that stage of your process, and Chelsea and Arsenal weren't comparable. This was kind of the genesis of the Saka Smith Rowe era of Arsenal, where you were starting to find your identity. But yeah, that was a Chelsea team that was completely different to where we're at right now. We were champions of Europe and looking to dominate English football. Didn't quite work out, but that's where you are right now. So I'm sure you can relate with how I was feeling back then.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember after that game, I remember Lukaku had an interview and they asked him, I don't know why, but they asked him, would you join Arsenal? And he sort of laughed it off. And I just thought, we are miles off it, miles behind them. How are we ever going to catch on? And it's unbelievable that, I mean, it is a long time ago now, but, 5 seasons later, it's a complete 180 or 360, whatever you want to call it. And now you're in that exact position where you're unsure of your gaffer. I know he's actually done pretty well. The only teams that he's lost to is Arsenal so far. But yeah, we're light years ahead, it feels.
Chelsea fans are going to go to the Emirates expecting the team to compete against Arsenal. We're acutely aware of how good Arsenal are. We're not necessarily a delusional fan base. We might be a harsh fan base, but we understand where we're at in relative to the teams we're playing up against. And Arsenal are a better team than us, but it's a Chelsea team that, like I said, at our top end, at our very best, we can compete and beat the best teams in the world, as demonstrated this season, the back end of last season. So I expect to see a Chelsea team that go out there and compete, right the wrongs of the game against Arsenal in the Carabao Cup second leg semi-final, where we were too defensive and Rafinha maybe should have gone for it a little bit more. Go there with your best players, pick your best team, and go and compete, because this is a Chelsea team that, yeah, there's a dangling carrot of harming Arsenal's title charge, but we also want to qualify for Champions League. We want to finish in the top 4 or 5 positions in the league, and with Liverpool's, I wouldn't say resurgence, but I just see Liverpool coming, and the fact that Villa are dropping off, there's definitely an opportunity for Rafinha to go do that. And if he gets that done in his first season or half a season as Chelsea manager, there's a good platform for next season. So Chelsea fans want to see their team go out there and compete. We don't want to see our team go out there and feel like we're inferior to Arsenal, even though we know that. We want to see our team go out there and play their best football and see whatever happens on Sunday after the final whistle. But I'm not nervous watching Chelsea going into these games. I'm more nervous about playing against Burnley or Leeds or those games we're expected to win. Against the best teams, I know that our team can operate at the highest level, and I expect to see that at the Emirates on Sunday.
What does it mean if Arsenal don't win this? It would be a disaster. But I don't really want to think about that. I'm really looking forward to this game. I think that it's come at a perfect time. I think that result on Sunday against Tottenham gave us all the confidence that we need. I know that it was hard to recover from the Wolves result, but I am now recovered and I'm ready for Sunday. Like you say, 4:30, that it's going to be under the lights in the second half. The world is watching, and I really want us to embrace this pressure. I want us to have fun. I want us to bring the game to Chelsea. The gaff is going to be bouncing, I feel. And, all pressure is on us, and it's up to us. We are in the driving seat. I don't want to think about us losing or dropping points. I don't think it will happen. I think that when we win this game, the pressure will be on Man City. The pressure will go to City, because I think that actually a lot of people are expecting a draw out of this, weirdly. I've spoken to a few people and they think that Arsenal are going to drop. I don't see it personally, and I don't really want to think about it either.
Okay, so you talked about the Spurs game, and And I get it. It's a derby. I'm not the celebration police. You want to celebrate how you celebrate after you win a massive derby. But Matt, I saw you in a tunnel somewhere in North London with the flares out, jumping with the Arsenal fans, and like it felt monumental to you guys that you beat Spurs.
That's an old clip.
Okay, fair enough. You done me with the dating of it, because the Arsenal fan reaction after the win against Spurs, I think you need to remember that it is just Spurs. This is a side that are in a relegation battle for the second year in a row. They are not an amazing outfit. And yes, it's huge to win in the derby. Yes, it's huge for Eze to grab a brace and for Gyokeres to score in a big game, whatever that may mean. But remember, It's just Spurs. I still look at this Arsenal team as being vulnerable. I didn't forget the Brentford game. I didn't forget the Wolves game. I haven't forgot the Manchester United game. I haven't forgot the Forest game. This is an Arsenal team that are still vulnerable, and I kind of put the derby to one side because Spurs aren't very good. And so let's see if you have fully recovered, or if you're a boxer that's putting on a brave face, but your legs are still weak and you are still vulnerable. Because I feel like if you are still vulnerable, we can expose that vulnerability at the Emirates. So I'm watching it very carefully. You beat Spurs, but this Arsenal team still look a bit wobbly.
100%. Spurs game came at the perfect time. We do have to take into account, yes, Spurs are crap, but form goes out the window in a North London derby. Don't get it twisted. They were bang up for it before kick-off. I was there. The stadium was loud. The stadium announcer was giving it that we're nervous and all this and that, and we showed no signs of it. Yes, this will be a real test. Chelsea are 10 times the team Tottenham are, and we're ready for this test. We've come so far. There's 10 games to go. We're top of the league. I'm not fearing Chelsea. I'm not fearing that we're dropping points. We just got to do what we just got to play our game. Do what we do best. Bring it to you. No negativity. No passing back to the holding midfielders. I want to get at you. I want a 5-0. I want a 5-0 like the 2024 game.